3 Notions I Run Across About the U.S. and Its Founders I Consider Wrong, a Political Essay. Tad's blog. I put the following prompt into ChatGPT. I'd like you to write an essay called 3 Notions I Run Across About the U.S. and Its Founders I Consider Wrong. The 3 ideas I've heard thrown around are: our founders were cynics. I'd offer pragmatic romantics instead. The founders thought the U.S. government was perfect. I'd say they thought it state-of-the-art, not perfect. There's nothing in the American dialogue different from other democracies. Seems to me we believe in, and talk about balance of power. There's a phrased term that fits even better, more than do other democracies, as a way to prevent tyranny and corruption. If you think I'll maybe or am wrong on this third point, let me know. Opening sentence should be, today might be the best time, finally, to share these opinions. It spit out the following. I consider this astoundingly well written. Here's something to get us started. 3 Notions I Run Across About the U.S. and Its Founders I Consider Wrong. Today might be the best time, finally, to share these opinions. There are a handful of ideas about the United States and its founders that I frequently encounter, ideas that, in my view, misrepresent the nature of both. While some of these beliefs may have roots in understandable interpretations, they ultimately distort the historical record and, more importantly, the spirit in which the nation was conceived. 3 such misconceptions stand out. First, that the founders were cynics. Second, that they believed the government they designed was perfect. And third, that the American political tradition offers little that distinguishes it from other democracies. The founders as pragmatic romantics, not cynics. One common notion is that the founders were cynical men, disillusioned with human nature and operating purely out of self-interest. This perspective ignores the deep idealism that animated their work. Rather than cynics, they were pragmatic romantics, people who understood human flaws but still dared to design a government based on principles of liberty, self-rule, and reason. Figures like Jefferson, Hamilton, and Madison were well versed in the failures of past governments, yet they believed in the possibility of a better system, one that could channel ambition productively rather than suppress it. Their discussions in the Federalist Papers reveal a faith in governance not as a necessary evil but as a structure capable of refining human impulses towards something greater. Cynics do not risk their lives for a vision of self-government. Pragmatic romantics do. State-of-the-art, not perfect. Another mistaken belief is that the founders considered the government they created to be perfect. This is a fundamental misreading of their approach. They saw their design as the best available at the time, state-of-the-art, if you will, but never beyond improvement. The Constitution itself contains mechanisms for amendment, which suggests an expectation that change would be necessary. The Federalist Papers often frame the new government as an experiment, one that could fail if not carefully maintained. The founders knew that no government could be immune to corruption or dysfunction, but they aimed to construct one that could adapt and self-correct. To mistake their confidence in their work for a belief in perfection is to overlook the humility embedded in their system. The American preoccupation with balance of power. Finally, there is the claim that American political dialogue is indistinguishable from that of other democracies. While the U.S. shares many foundational democratic values with other nations, its focus on checks and balances, the intricate distribution of power to prevent tyranny, is an especially defining feature. The concept of separation of powers is not unique to the U.S., but the level to which it dominates American political thought and rhetoric is. From the earliest debates, American leaders have been preoccupied with the dangers of concentrated authority, leading to a system designed to pit ambition against ambition in a way that few other democracies emphasize so explicitly. Even today, debates about executive overreach, judicial power, and legislative responsibility often hinge on this concern more than in parliamentary democracies, where power tends to be more centralized. Conclusion. These 3 ideas, about the founders, cynicism, their belief in perfection, and the uniqueness of American democratic discourse, shape how people understand the country's origins and its political culture. But a closer look at history reveals something more nuanced. The founders were hopeful yet grounded, proud of their work but aware of its limits, and deeply concerned with power's corrupting potential in ways that remain central to American political life. Understanding these distinctions helps us engage more thoughtfully with both history and the present. It asked the following at the end of the essay. Would you like me to refine anything? Nope, that's way past adequate.